All right, ladies and gentlemen, hello, and welcome to the Landsay Go stream. This is Jeremy. This is technically my inaugural stream for Landsay Go, the first of many that I'm sure that we will do for you. We're going to do a little bit of MTG Arena tonight. There is a deck that I really wanted to test. It's called Dead Shift. It's actually a deck that has recently won the Magic Fest Denver in the hands of Louis Scott Vargas. I'm sure that this is a deck that you've heard of. If you're paying attention to Standard at all, then you know that this is one that is definitely going to be around, at least until rotation, based primarily off of Scapeshift. Scapeshift is nothing new to Magic, right? It is a card that has been powerful since its inception. It has now been reprinted in Core Set 2019. We're going to expect it to probably rotate in Standard here come the September rotation. But certainly one of those cards that I really haven't comboed much off of. We were looking at ways to be able to do some shenanigans with Multani once he was printed in Dominaria. And, it was to limited success. It was good. Mostly Debo and I were trying to, do a Multani Thud kind of thing with it. And, some land recursion, various other tactics with that. But this deck just kind of brings it all together. And I take no credit for the creation of this deck. It is actually entirely the creation of somebody else. And I don't even think that Louis Scott Vargas originally created the deck. Louis Scott Vargas created the deck before he took it and won that GP event in Denver. It recently won the MOCS online. It has also been 5-0ing MTGO lists pretty much everywhere. So I figured it would be great for us to at least run through this, take a peek at it, and see if we can't actually win some games. Last night when Debo was on the stream, he was able to effectively go 3-2 with a community submission. It was really cool. Thanks, Nico, for that. It was fun to watch Debo get an opportunity to play your deck, maybe even make some suggestions on that list as well. And it definitely showed potential. It was really cool. But this is probably a contender for one of the better decks. Now, I don't have any misconceptions about the game of Magic at all. As a matter of fact, I think any deck can beat any other deck on any given day. There's a lot of luck of the draw. If you're a Magic player, you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes you just get hosed. But certainly with the consistency that I've seen in testing with this list, it's going to be worth at least taking it for a quick spin. So let's, without further ado, jump right into some ranked constructed with Dead Shift. I am very happy to be here with you guys today. I haven't been able to get on the stream and pop up and actually start streaming from you guys just due to some other stuff. I've been generating articles on the site and stuff, but now that all three of us are effectively up and running, we should be able to bring you content on the regular. So I'm going to go ahead and play first. I tend to keep a lot of really risky hands. A two-lander, maybe not. I mean, some of you may, but with the two Grow from the Ashes, that really sets us up well for a later Scapeshift. So I'm going to play it. I'm going to risk it. Let's see where we go from here. Probably play the tap land first. Gain a life. What's our opponent playing? Probably some type of Boros Feather list, right? That's what we're saying. It looks like that was a good choice to go ahead and keep all three colors. Dreadhorde Arcanist. Hey! I might have played this before. Yeah, we'll go ahead and Grow from the Ashes. And let's pick up another green source. And pass the turn. Yeah, we're really familiar with this deck. It did get some good additional pieces. Okay. Well, let's Circuitous Root. Grab a couple of Guild Gates. And pass the turn. We're going to take some damage here for sure. Let's get a Scry trigger as well before the end of the turn. It does have Reach. It can maybe help us stabilize on our life total a little bit. But not really optimal at this point. So we'll go ahead and get that to the bottom. Alright, here comes the punishing of the life total. Let's see if we can stabilize. We should be able to. Sure would be great to find one of the many Hydroid Krasis that are in the deck. Recast the Shock. Takes us to 16. 5 more, down to 11. Didn't recast the Shock. I'm surprised. Alright, so we already have a forest in play. Let's drop a Hinterland Harbor, and let's see if we can go with any shenanigans here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 distinct lands. We can Scape Shift, Field of the Dead. Scape Shift, Field of the Dead. Yeah, let's go ahead and just Scape Shift here. Now, sacrifice a forest. And a island. And submit those two. And grab a Field of the Dead. And a Field of the Dead. Yeah, we're going to produce some triggers there, for sure. He needs to start trying to kill us pretty quickly here. Things are going to get very, very unruly. Of course, there is a good chance that there's some type of sweeper in his hand. So he Reckless Raged one of them. And we'll end turn. Would be great to find a Hydroid Krasis here to stabilize a little bit. Gonna take some damage. Mostly from the flyer. Good old Feather. Go to combat with the Dreadhorde Arcanist. Put counters on them and cast the Gird for Battle again. Maybe even... oh, okay, so he shocks. That's fine. That's fine. You feel free to burn those spells in your hand, bud. That is fine. It's going to kind of be a little bit of a mountain to climb, though, isn't it? We'll see. Trigger, trigger. We're putting some zombie tokens into play. That feels pretty good. Let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and Circuitous Root again. And we're going to get some triggers here, that is for sure. So, pop those babies in play. And we'll Grow from the Ashes the kicker, even though I think I have one valid target remaining with the Grow from the Ashes. But that's fine. It's thinning out our deck a little bit. Trigger, trigger. Alright, so 9 damage. There's a good possibility that if somehow he can just wildly buff Feather, that we die here. And he's probably got Samet Strike, which really doesn't help us very much. So another Defiant Strike, Gird for Battle takes him up to 7. If he's got the Samet's Strike, or Samet's Sprint, right, for the +2/+1 and the Scry trigger, we're pretty sold up there. We would be losing in that case for Searchin'. So, but if not, and we're able to stabilize with a Krasis, then things look pretty good for us, actually. Refilling our hand, several Krasises, may be great for us. It's interesting that he's not electing to attack here. Okay, Gird for Battle. Cast it again, combat for 8. And then we have to draw a Krasis. So, could potentially be really bad. Am I gonna block with 3 zombies? You're daggone right. Let's see. Oh man, a Krasis would be great. We are down to 2, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Feather's a really good deck. That's alright, we can get to some sideboard options, and I mean, I'm not really worried after sideboard, frankly. I'd be surprised if we lost after sideboard, to tell you the truth. Well, that doesn't get us there, does it? It is great that we'll get a couple triggers, and we can see where the potential of this is going, but we really, really needed... So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 7. So I can sacrifice 5 lands. Sacrifice 5 lands. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we'll sacrifice all of these just to show you the potential of what can take place here. And let's go Field of the Dead. Field of the Dead, Breeding Pool, Blossoming Sands, and Blast Zone. And we'll enter that tapped so we don't kill ourselves, just so you can see the sheer amount of zombies that are created here. This... that's pretty fun. It's a lot of noises. It's making a lot of noises. I gained a life. Oh, but we're still dead, aren't we? But there are 28 zombies on the board. We'll just scoop it up there. All right, let's get to sideboard and see what we can do with the sideboard. That was fun, ladies and gentlemen. Fun. All right. Going back to sideboard, I think that we need to... Prison Realm... Baffling End is probably just better there for us. The idea of a Teferi would be great. It does give us instant speed interactions, but I'm going to drop 1 Teferi for an Ixalan's Binding. $28 lands. It's just so many lands, isn't it? going to drop an Elvish Rejuvenator. Probably not the Arboreal Grazer, I guess. But I'll drop an Elvish Rejuvenator for another binding. Drop one Circuitous Root for another binding. And well, up to 60 cards. Let's see here. Got limited time, 30 seconds. Yeah, maybe one Grazer for another Baffling, and just to make sure that we are getting opportunities at removing Feather. And let's send it like that. Let's see if that does any better. Yo-ho! Yes, I vape, I know. Silly. Alright, this is good. This is a keepable hand. I'm actually going to go ahead and shotgun a Temple Garden. Play an Arboreal Grazer. Well, of course I'm going to pay the green. I mean, at this point I'm kind of committed. And then that'll enter tapped as well. Tranquil Grove, gain a life. Next, go to combat. Probably wouldn't be beneficial for us to swing in with the Grazer. Now, would it? But, might be fun. 10th District Legionnaire. He's got haste. But he can't be pumped right now, so... we'll go with a Rejuvenator. And find a land here. Get a Scry trigger. And we will keep that on top as well. And no attacks. And here comes the Feather. For sure. I mean, it's a fairly consistent deck as well. Runs stacks of 4 cards. It just does what it does. When Feather was first spoiled, literally that day when it was spoiled, and I've caught him shields down here, so the Ixalan's binding is going to feel really, really bad targeting the Feather. I mean, I'm sure there's some type of enchantment destruction, but we've got another one in hand. So, no attacks again. Let's just keep going with our game plan here. But that day Feather was spoiled, we actually
this is a prime day for justice.
Built a deck for this. So he's swinging with a 2/2. What did he give it? Indestructible lifelink? I'll just jump it. You can have 2 life. That doesn't matter. Let's go with a Simic Guildgate. And I think it's smart here to go ahead and eliminate Gideon as a threat as well, obviously. And then no attacks. Hopefully we can start finding some of our value cards. Really kind of get things going here. Dreadhorde Arcanist is a really good card. A lot of those cards from War of the Spark have actually made it... we got some kind of pump spell here. I'm not going to block. It's fine. Sure. That's fine. That is fine. Sending in 4. But amazingly enough, a lot of these cards... I'll go blue and grow from the ashes with the kicker cost. Have permeated so many other... that was bad. Let's put a plains and an island into play. Those are untapped. And why don't we just continue this obnoxious trend here? Permanently exile that. It may have been a mistake. I probably should have gone for the Dreadhorde Arcanist, but whatever. Definitely need to draw some type of value here. Yeah, that's fine too. I'll just jump it. That is fine. Oh, that's trample. That was silly. Yep. That's what I get for piloting a championship deck. Well, this is interesting. So let's Growth Spiral. Pay the 2. Hey, that's cool. Yeah, we'll put that onto the battlefield. Creates a zombie token. And we will Growth Spiral again. And pay the 2. Hey! That is maybe the best thing I've ever seen. So Field of the Dead, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can sacrifice 2 lands and put 2 more Fields of the Dead into play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to do it right now. And Scapeshift. He shocked my zombie. Let's sacrifice these 2 lands. And put in 2 more Fields of the Dead. And trigger 6 times. Rutro Raggy. He scooped. He scooped. Okay. Well, that felt pretty good. He's probably going to bring in some type of enchantment destruction. That is what I would do. And I would like to, since we're not seeing any Crasises, because the game hates us, we're going to drop 1 Crasis for 1 more copy of... Never mind. We're done. Let's just run it back. Let's see if we can get to game number 3 on some ranked standard with Dead Shift. Dead Shift. All right, we are back. And that is totally a keepable hand. And I'm going to risk it. Not having a white source was probably a mistake. But let's see what happens. There's lots of white sources here. Dreadhorde Arcanist. No white source yet. Could be a problem. Let's drop the Grazer. Pay 1. Put a land card into the battlefield. Keeping a hand without white mana might have been a problem. But we will see. We will have to see what takes place right now. Yeah, I think it's fine. I think it's fine too, Salvi. Let's go ahead, since it's our only option, and Growth Spiral. That would have been bad. Let's see. White mana. I guess not. I mean, no attacks. I'm trying to draw planes. This ain't my first rodeo. Actually, it is my first rodeo with this deck. That's completely untrue. Okay. That's problematic. And he's going to attack and do it again. Oh, no, he went ahead and cast a Defiant Strike for the draw. Any land would be okay for the Ixalan's Binding on the Arcanist. He's probably holding back Feather until we resolve that first one, but the Baffling Ends get the feathers as well, which means we still need a white mana source. Well, we should probably block a little bit of this damage. Yeah, we'll block. Yeah, we'll block a little bit of this damage. Gotta block. Don't really have an option. Taking some damage. That was a good grazer. Hey! It comes into play tapped. Oh. That's okay, though. Right? It's not a totally feels bad moment. It's kind of a feels bad moment. I'm going to play the Grazer anyway. But next turn, we might be able to stabilize. Just a little bit. Alright. Sure. Yep. Bringing back that Defiant Strike. And it is exiled forever, that Defiant Strike. Block the 5 again. Take 4. Thank you. I mean, the Grazer was a solid choice. Ah, it's too bad we couldn't resolve the binding before that stupid card showed up. Well, let's gain a life. And we will go ahead and yeah, we're going to go ahead and binding the maybe yeah, we got a binding this Arcanist. Yeah, we can start systematically picking these off, but we're still kind of in bad. Oh, that's bad. Yep, that is bad news bears. No wipes in the sideboard here. Too little too late, I feel, Mr. Field of the Dead. That is game. That is game. And so I opened the stream by mentioning to everybody that sometimes, even though this deck is running rampant in Standard, you just get hosed. I should have drawn a Plains earlier. That is what the community is telling me right now in the stream, is that I should have drawn a Plains earlier, and they may be onto something. Next game, I am going to try to do just that. Hopefully I didn't drop us back down into silver, but we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and be polite. And concede. Oh no. Well, that was interesting at least. It's got potential. It's got potential. I almost want to modify it for wipes. Because I don't care about any of the creatures that I put into play. Well, except for the 30 zombies. But that's besides the point. That has nothing to do. We are not a creature deck. Right? We're a ramp deck. Alright, so let's try another one. Let's go back in. Try another, and we're going to win this one, damn it. Dag nabbit. Oh, excitingly enough, we got magic cards to start the game. So, this is good. Oh, that's great. Finally, we see a Krasis. 3 games for us to actually see a Krasis. And I love how well the Grazer just hoses these red decks. So let's pay 2 life. Could be a mistake. Play a Grazer. Pay 1. Gain a life. Wizard. Wizard. This is really weird now. I'm actually just going to go ahead and Growth Spiral since he's stuck on 1. That makes sense. I like what is happening here. Put that land into play. And then we'll play our land for the turn. And we're really starting to set up here. That was fast. I'm assuming he's got a shock. Sure. Okay. Works for me, bub. Let's start running them out. We're running them out. We're doing that. Let's go with a Simic Guildgate and a Selesnya Guildgate. We need lands of different names, and that is 6 of them. Taking 1. Lights up the stage. Does not find another land. Oh, he did. Okay. Sure. That works too. Alright, I love the idea of a Krasis here. Maybe it's just me. Yeah, I agree, Salvi. I should probably be hitting the basics, just because that's what Scape Shift really wants to cannibalize, as opposed to the other names. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's a misplay on my part, and I appreciate the guidance. I'm going to... Just because it's fun. I'm going to pay 2 for an Elvish Rejuvenator. And we're going to try to find a Field of the Dead here. Big money, no whammies. Big money, no whammies. Anytime, game. Anytime. Thank you, Magic Gods. Field of the Dead. There's a zombie token. And you know what? I'm gonna do it again. Big money, no whammies. Aw, whammy. Do we have a Hallowed Fountain already? We don't. So, and we don't have an island either. So, island. Another zombie. It's happening. It's happening. Zombies everywhere. You're going to have to cast a lot of shocks. I wasn't being literal, opponent. Do we double block here? I mean, it's kind of funny. Sure. I dare you to sacrifice it. Yes! Dare accepted. That was his plan all along. Alright, now I think we have to Krasis. So let's run it out. I'm going to pay 20. Oh, wait, I can't. Okay, I'm going to pay 20. What's going on? It'll actually allow me to do that? So 1, 2, 6. X equals 6. Yeah. There you go. That works. That's pretty funny. right? Pop another Field of the Dead into play, get a couple triggers, got a 6/6 Krasis, gain some life. That's a solid turn. Oh no! Oh man, a runaway Steamkin. Let's play a Blast Zone. Trigger, trigger. And before we go any further with being obnoxious, let's just go to combat with everything. Oh! Combat. Combat. He's blocking. Alright. That's cool. I think now we scape shift for a bunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can sacrifice these 2 lands. I'll probably get a green and a blue mana source and the island. Actually, why don't we just pump a couple more tokens out just for shenanigans and then hold back on the scape shift in case we need a play. So forest and a plains. Uh-oh. It's a bunch of triggers. That's a bunch of triggers. I mean, I didn't think about Anger of the Gods. It's probably a pretty good thing to be wary of. You know, I know we're returning to Theros. Oh, wait. That's right. Yeah, GG. Aw. Nice. Okay, so mono red. It seems like it held up to mono red fine. Actually, without... Look at that little flower there. What is that? What's that little flower? Does anybody know on the stream what this little flower is on the Ixalan's binding? Anybody? Well, it's curiouser and curiouser. So, you know, Baffling End does help us get the Chain Whirler, but the red deck is just on such a race to be able to stop us before we efficiently ramp into the combo. And once we efficiently ramp into the combo, it is very unlikely that they are going to be able to keep up with the amount of tokens that we can generate. There is a good chance that maybe there's some type of sweeper in the side. I don't actually, and you'll have to forgive me, I don't know what the current competitive red deck is running in sideboard, but I'm sure there's all kinds of options out there. I think just to be safe here, maybe we run it back without sideboarding. Seemed to go so well the first time. Let's just try it again against Eddie 2424 here. Uno más tiempo. Mi español es muy mal. Muy mal. This is a totally keepable hand. That is exact. That's a Ramp Lover's Paradise. We're taking one, folks. That is a Ramp Lover's Paradise. I do love it so. Well, we got to run out the Hallowed Fountain. No sense in taking the damage from it right now. That activates both of our buddies in the Hinterland and the Sun Petal Grove. Nice. I like that. Okay. Oh my god. Why are they all in my hand? Alright, so Hinterland Harbor into Growth Spiral. Pay the 2. And we'll run one out for free right now. Next turn, Sun Petal Grove, Circuitous Route, 2 basics. We're taking 3. And see, he's really got to get there fast. It's not that the red deck can't do it, because it can. It can absolutely do it. But he's got to get there fast. I mean fast, because we're going to Circuitous Route here. We're going to pay 3. We're going to scoop up another green source and a white source. And, well, next turn, Breeding Pool tap generates a token, and we're just going. That could be a problem. Okay. Yep, this could be a problem. So we've got a blocker, 2 blockers. We'll actually enter that tapped Doi. And put a token into play. And we'll Elvish Rejuvenator. And let's see what we hit off the top. So we're starting to get some blockers here. We may actually stabilize. I'll take a Scry Trigger. That sounds fine. Another zombie token. I really don't need that right now. Sacking the Ember Hauler is fine. That's perfectly acceptable. And Chain Whirler. That's good stuff. That is good stuff. Firebrand gets there. We're taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down to 8. So, let's just start with the obvious stuff. A couple tokens. Definitely got to stabilize here. We will Circuitous Roots. And go for Island Forest. 4 triggers. Trigger, 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 trigger. And it'd be great if we did that again, wouldn't it? But we're not gonna. I'm actually gonna go ahead and take care of the... I wonder if it's the Steamkin or the Chain Whirler. It's the Chain Whirler. I want to get the Chain Whirler. Yeah, those triggers are fun. Stop making me order my triggers and just... Yeah, I should have got the Steamkin, you're right. Always second-guessing myself. Because that's problematic if he's got an Experimental Frenzy in hand. We can leave that there. 6 tokens. We die to a Lightning Strike. Oh, that's a problem. Oh, nice. Okay. Well, he got us on the play. So maybe we do need to address the Steamkin, even though he wasn't really using the mana from it. Binding may be good here. Cerulean Drake certainly seems better than the... Maybe drop a Rejuvenator and an Arboreal Grazer. Pop in a couple of the Cerulean Drakes. I don't know. Binding sure does seem like that. I mean, it seems like that'd feel really good. But I'm going to run with that. Yeah, I'm going to run with that. Yeah. Okay. So it definitely has the potential for some slow starts, and it has the potential for some really explosive starts as well. So let's see what we draw. Yeah. Seems reasonable. Every land we have comes into play tapped. I'm going to risk it. One thing's for sure, he can't stop us from gaining life. So, there we go. Again, another tapped land. But at least we get a Scry Trigger. See if maybe we can find a white source. That's fine. Okay. Yeah. I love the idea of gaining that life back again. And then casting the Drake. Seems okay. Really slow start here, though. It's got protection from red. Circuitous root. Let's stick a forest and a plains here. And no attacks. Alright. So next turn, Field of the Dead. We'll block here. Okay. Yes, more lands can be problematic, I agree. Skewering me like I was a critic. Or, wait, no, that's what critics do. They skewer you. Field of the Dead. And we can actually, at this point... Nah, we're a land down, aren't we? I was going to say, we can scape shift right now for 4 different lands. But I feel like that's damaging to the overall game plan. But it may be necessary for us to stabilize against substantial damage. So I'm actually going to do it. I'm going to go with my intuition here. And we're going to scape shift. Okay, so there's a white source and a green source. And we'll sacrifice all of these that we just tapped. And that is a Thornwood Falls. Okay. So let's submit those 4. And we're going to go Breeding Pool, Blast Zone, Blossoming Sands, and Azorius Guildgate. Enter tapped. That should be a fair amount of triggers there. Again, seems perfectly reasonable. I mean, it seemed okay. I burned through a bunch of my lands, though. Hopefully that was not a mistake. I mean, probably not going to get there on the damage front with just direct damage burn. Oh, that's a problem.
Oh, it's you burning.
Okay. Okay. So let's Hinterland Harbor. Put a token into play. Let's Circuitous Root. Blast Zone on 1 really gets the job done here too. In terms of being able to go combat to Fire Artisan and kill her this turn, which is what I want to really do here. So I'm gonna go basics. Get a couple triggers. Yeah, I'm gonna Blast Zone on 1. Nuke both of those. Full combat. Die.
I am out of here.
It's kind. I mean, it's kind of one of those. It's kind of one of those feel bad moments, right? Another scape shift. The game is telling us to go get some Fields of the Dead. And so, my friends, that is exactly what we're going to do. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can sacrifice 3 lands for 3 more Fields of the Dead. But first, yeah, that seems right. Let's go to combat.
This is a waste of my time.
And I'm taking 5 from Chandra again. That is just heinous. Oh, how do I cancel? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Escape shift. For 1, 2, 3. And submit these. There you go. Field of the Dead, Field of the Dead, Field of the Dead. And be done. And I think we've got our opponent if we can survive 4 damage. But Magic sometimes really hates me, folks. So we'll see. I got shocked. That is unbelievable. And we couldn't find a Krasis. Look at that. What can I do? Wow. What can I do? 2 fire artisans. Well, sometimes you're the dog, and sometimes you're the tree. And tonight I'm the tree. It's such a good deck. I don't know what I'm missing. Maybe maybe I should have brought in the control for the Steamkins. Yeah, I probably killed myself by killing the Chandras there, right? I could have just swung right into him, allowed him to draw cards with the Chandras, and we would have been fine, because I took 10 damage off the Chandras, so I effectively killed myself there. So that's lesson learned. All right, let's play 1 more with Dead Shift, and if I lose this one, we'll probably just switch it up, and I will completely reverse my stance and eat a giant plate of crow that Dead Shift is the best deck in Standard. Even though it's winning every tournament out there, it's probably just the pilot at this point that's the problem. So let's see. Here we go. Uno más. I mean, an Achilles with no heal is no heal at all. That, my friends, is not a keepable hand. That is tolerable. Still feels really bad without an Arboreal Grazer with the tap lands. Okay. Guess we'll give him Art Teferi. I mean, where's where we gotta go? Boy, oh boy. Kind of a rough start to this. Again, another... That's a problem. Good old hand destruction. I've been playing Magic for a long time. Hand destruction bothers a lot of players. And there's a Field of Ruin. Oh, that feels awful. But hand destruction bothers a lot of players, especially new players. It can be a real turnoff for a lot of players. It might be me, but this deck looks pretty familiar. Just saying. Pretty familiar. Doesn't it? This is a deck that we, I mean, it looks like it. There's Duress's main board. Main board game 1. Well, it is. It is something that you're looking for in a deck with Dread Presence, I think, Salvi, because he gets to destroy one of our non-basic lands and then pop a swamp into play, and it triggers the Dread Presence. Just like that. And he's going to get to burn us down and gain 2. Actually seems pretty good. Wow. Hand destruction. That was not good for us. That was not good for us at all, and I really actually don't know what we would have in sideboard to even help us with that. He's casting everything at sorcery speed anyway. Double Fen Lurker and Duress on the opening hand. So grabs one of our green sources to keep us off of Scape Shift, but we'll just grab another forest. That's why we've got 2 of them in there. But it is not another named card, so no token from the Field of the Dead. That Field of Ruin feels pretty good in there, I think. And we are in trouble, sirs. That is it for us on game 1. Maybe I'm missing something here, but I don't think I'm an inept Magic player. I mean, maybe our draws have been bad. Maybe our matchups have been bad for the deck. I mean, in a field the size of Magic Fest Denver, certainly LSV had to be coming up against a lot of these common decks. Maybe not mono black, which could just be an ender for us, right? And I was kind of gushing over that deck recently. One of my teammates, Matt, put together a great mono black list and actually streamed some of that gameplay, I don't know, I think last week sometime, and that video's up on the YouTube channel and www.landsago.com. Which is good. It's good stuff. Okay, so let's not get discouraged, even though that felt terrible. And Prison Realm's okay. Don't know what planeswalkers he would be bringing in. Baffling End's not going to do it for us. Ixalan's Binding could help out. So we'll drop a Teferi. Drop a Krasis. Go with 2 Ixalan's Binding. Drop a Rejuvenator and an Arboreal Grazer. Go with a Binding and pop that other Krasis back in. Alright, that's kind of... We'll see. We'll see if that does anything. Been a rough night of Magic. For my first stream, too. No success. First stream for the team. Gotta take my licks. Alright. No white source. But, I got a Growth Spiral. I'm going to keep it. I'm just going to play whatever. No turn 1 duress. I'm surprised. And we'll Growth Spiral. Get that Memorial of Genius into play. Memorial 2. Genius. Genius. Sure. Whatever you want there, bub. Yeah, the hand destruction is going to be a problem for us. It's certainly not something that I think this deck is prepared for. And a lot of what the meta ends up playing on MTGO, the MOCS events, can be... Oh! I mean, that's all I got. That's all I got. What a waste. I could have just held it, and I probably should. But yeah, the hand destruction, major problem for us. I'm going to discard the Prison Realm. Man, deck is just being brutal to us. Just being brutal. Let's go to combat. Pop Davriel for 1. For such an efficient list, Arena's kind of been tanking us a little bit. I feel like sometimes the algorithm likes you to draw actual cards so you can play Magic. And since we're running 28 lands, who am I kidding? It's probably completely random. But I like to make excuses.
I don't think you'll be needing...
I'm discarding another card. I'll discard Escape Shift. Why would you do that? Not even a land. Not even a land. Yeah, I'm swinging for 1. Not even a land. There's a problem for you. Okay, so I've got to shock this in. I've got to Circuitous Route. I've got to pick up basic lands. I've got to pass the turn. Do you see where I'm going with this? Sure. Draw a card, look for a swamp. Bag of Holding. That's cool. I really like that. We're taking 4. He can see this Krasis. No, he can't see that Krasis. Well, let's go ahead and run 1 Krasis out, because I need something. I need something. A little bit of life. A little bit of something. I'm actually going to leave that on top since it is a differently named land. So I can sack off a forest to the scape shift. Play a swap. Kill the Krasis. Gain 4 life. Yeah, definitely problematic with that. Binding could have been great, but I didn't sideboard it. Let's play the Blossoming Sands. Gain a life. And scape shift for 1. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Got to do something here. Field of the Dead in the Blast Zone. Maybe the Blast Zone can help us get there. A couple triggers from the Field of the Dead. Of course, he can simply wipe those and go to combat with me. But we can start producing some triggers here. Pay 2 life, draw a card. He's looking for a swamp. Argyl's Bloodfast and the Dread Presences are fantastic. It has great synergy. Lots and lots of mana. Nice.
I am that which night means.
Oh, that was a big hit. That was a big hit. That was mostly lands. Oof. That was a problem. Owie, stop, please. Ow. Well, if you found a swamp, we're taking... Pay some more life, sure. Just grab swamps, all you want. Yeah. It's nice. It's really good synergy. Works very well. Ashiok's just a good card in general, I feel. Salvi. Yeah, the Roots and Scape Shift are dead as well. I can't search. Can't search my library. What is it? 7 lands? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sheesh. Let's see. All right, so a 6/6 Krasis. If I could somehow kill Ashiok here, well, it's pretty good. There's some really good synergies here, Salvi. Yeah, it's good stuff. So that's 6, 7. We're dead. We are dead. Yeah, lots and lots of values. Good control. Good control. Yarrick's Finlurker. Scary stuff. Doesn't say search. You can have one of those. Well, I don't actually think that there is a way for us to survive this. I am at 2. I mean, I could Krasis. And yeah, he is styling on me now. I mean, I could just scoop, but I could also just force him to kill me, which shouldn't be too hard. Let's face it. I'm surprised that... I mean, that red game really hurt. We had 26 zombie tokens into play, and he drew the shock. Felt bad. Could have been a mountain, and we'd have won that game. But that's magic, folks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I should have been pumping this blast zone all along the way. I probably could have handled a number of these problems. But I'm not going to do it. Oh, we're dead. Where are we? Probably. He can just activate the Citadel, and I hope he does. Oh, come on. You're going to play the Dreadhorde, General? I would have totally activated the Citadel. Just running out his hand. Can't just end the game and be a gentleman. Like me. I would never prolong a game of Magic. Ever. Actually. Just for the sake of griefing somebody. And I feel very grieved. I thought this deck was going to be something. Again, maybe it's just me. Okay, so, anyway, Dead Shift did not perform very well tonight. At all, actually. I'm sure there were other lines that I could have played. Yeah, it did. It did give me up. It did let me down. It did run around. It did hurt me. Never gonna give you up. You had to go and do that. You had to post that in the chat. That's fine. It's just gonna be 5 months. 5 months of that song constantly ticking around in my head. So thanks for that. It's great, man. It's real great. Okay, so yeah. What are we going to do? Maybe we just end the stream there on our 3 losses and step away and lick my wounds. Or we go for these black spells real quick just to make sure that we get that XP before we sign off. Because we are right around the corner from level 32. And I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to go get those 20 white or black spells. So let's play something. Let's play something. Okay, I'll play the life gain deck. That sounds great. Traditional Constructed. That's the Chandra Tribal deck, which I really love. I probably should have played that on stream tonight, but there's always another stream. There's streams on streams on streams on streams. Plus, we can get back to brewing. I can really see, before we move on, though, I can really, really see where that Dead Shift deck can truly be something special. I can. And it was on the verge of doing that several times. We came up against some difficult matchups, though. A mono black really just tore us apart. It's critical that we have our spells in our hands, given that we're running 28 lands, and each one of them is just so important. I really love this green-white champion deck. We've got a really sweet life gain deck that the team put together. Give me just a second here. The team is actually tuned in right now, so... Oh, the Stay in a Life Gain deck. Sure, why not? I guess we can save Green-White Champion for a later stream, but this deck's really good too. Check this deck out. Let's go to decks real quick. Look at this. Green-White Champion. This can be very fun. Very, very fun and explosive. It's a lot of fun, actually. It's really fast. It feels faster than red at times, actually. It's pretty good. It's a good deck. But that's not what we're going to play. That is not what my friends want me to play. So we are going to play a little bit of a Stay in a Life Gain. Stay in a life game, stay in a life. I'm going to stick to my day job, which is neither streaming nor singing. So, got that going for me. All right, Wiki Papa. Let's get some white and black spells. Oh, I see why you wanted to do the Stay in a Life Gain. It satisfies both of those. Clever. 4 lands and a Gideon. This just seems bad, but I'm in a mood to just play whatever. So, that could be bad too. La 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 la. Hey, it's a white spell, everybody. Just chill out. Oh no! I wonder what he's going to choose. I could have told you that. That's what I would have chosen. He's probably thinking to himself, this guy's terrible at Magic. And based upon what we've displayed tonight in the stream, he may not be wrong. He may not be wrong. I can't tell. I don't know. I feel really discouraged by Dead Shift. Of course, I didn't build that deck. I'm trying to take a deck that's not really mine, that probably has some really intricate stylistic choices in terms of the way that you play it, and
That's more like it.
I'm probably missing an element there. But I don't know. I feel like I've just been playing so long that I probably should have been able to pilot that to a little bit more success. But the game kind of just pooped on me a little
Don't
bit.
worry.
We'll
I
see.
got this.
I mean, that entire first 3 matches in Dead Shift, I didn't even see a Krasis. Not one Krasis. And then that entire, you'll notice that entire 3rd match that we played, we never saw a Grazer. How is that possible? I mean, you can Thought Erasure me again. It doesn't matter. Go ahead. Go ahead. Come on, Wiki Papa. Hey, there's probably a lot to consider, to be fair. Yeah, it's a good choice. Is it my turn? Oh, it's my turn. You wanted to do that on my upkeep. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Gotta get Sorin out. Pay it.
I have come for vengeance. Blood.
Planeswalkers and creatures you control have lifelink. As long as it's your turn. He's really good. I know he's been out for a while now, but he's really good. He's a good card. Good Magic card. Sure. Is that okay? Well, I hope you're having fun, because I'm gonna play. What was that? Black? A Basilica Bellhaunt. A repeated hand disruption, unless it is like truly devastating repeated hand disruption, like Mind Twist, is pretty bad, right? I'm talking like Black Vice kind of disruption. So let's plus sword here. Target's a fairy. Lock him out next turn.
What a mess I've made.
And then we'll run out of Johnny. Run out of Johnny plus Soren. Go to combat with the Basilica Bellhaunt. The Johnny -2. Soren. Bellhaunt. Plays the hero.
Right on schedule. Trust me, I have a plan.
The hero of Dukenaria. I'm going to send that Bellhaunt back to the stack.
Slow down.
Discarded to command the Dreadhorde because he's got another one in hand. We've got I think we plus Soren here to take the hero. Yeah, play a Johnny first. Good call. That's a good call. -2 a Johnny. Put a Pride Mate token into play. Plus and clip the hero.
It's only a matter of time. Drink.
Command the Dreadhorde. Maybe. Okay. Gets the Pride Mate.
I have lost
Or not.
too much.
He got on a Johnny.
I've got time.
Interesting. Very interesting. Well, let's do this again. Yeah, it was a very odd choice. I agree. Not the best choice, actually.
True friends always stand.
I'm going to pop a Pride Mate into play. I'm going to plus Soren, target him, just to give him a little bit more buffer, and just repeat that last turn. Just repeat it up. Repeat that last turn. And he scoops at 20 after making a really odd choice. Well, we can drop a cast down for an Elder Spell. We can drop a cast down for a D-Spark. I do love Duress here. Like, really love Duress here. And I am considering dropping all 4 Healer's Hawks for 4 Duresses. But the Healer's Hawk is kind of a little engine. We need life gain to trigger so many other elements of this deck. So maybe we drop 2 Healer's Hawks, go 2 Duress. I'd like to get another D-Spark in there, but that's probably good for now. Yeah, Kaya's good too. Exceptional, in fact. We're not bringing the Oath of Kayas back with any Teferis, so we'll bring in an Usurper. And an Angel of Vitality's fine for 1 Dawn of Hope. All right. Yeah, let's run it back like that. That seems pretty good. There's probably, you know, we got a couple more options, a couple more things we can do. No lightning bolts, though. No Mox Lotuses. I have no idea what we're going to do without Mox Lotuses. That's a keepable hand. That is a keepable hand. And I'm playing it tapped. Well, gotta pop our XP. Let's play that card. Got some exciting stuff coming up on the stream for the weekend. We're actually going to put together a little live action thing for you guys and open some of these. Yes, sir, Bob. And as the stream grows, we're going to be opening more of these and giving some away to you. If we can get the community going, our number one goal is to start giving it back to the community. Really make this something where we're all mutually supporting one another. Even some really big giveaways, like some legacy and vintage stuff later on down the line. All right, so I think it's appropriate here to start pressuring Narset or force him to drop removal on this uncommon. That may not be the case. So why don't we just hold for a second? We'll definitely save back the duress. We could also Oath of Kaya right now and just immediately get the upper hand.
You are a mighty warrior.
Yeah.
I concede.
Yeah, that was a good choice. Good choice, Salvi.
Let's try this.
Teferi is a time raveler, for those of you that were unaware. And always, always, always seems to be there when our opponent needs them. We're at 23. Let's go ahead and Oath Teferi. No, probably not. We're going to... Yeah. We'll go Resplendent Angel. Ta-da! That's actually really nice. I don't play with Resplendent Angel much on... and then we'll Duress. Oh, me! Duress me! I'm not a target opponent. Ho ho! Well, we got to get one of those heroes, I think. Nah, we'll get the command. Just preempt that. That is an ugly hand, though. Does not feel good. Luckily, we're stuck a little bit on mana. Yeah, they've got a very good hand. That is scary stuff. Scary stuff. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. And he picked up another land. That is a legendary enchantment. A Dovin's Veto up. He cannot counter the Resplendent Angel, so that's going to be our choice. No Thought Erasure thus far from our opponent. So Oath on the Angel. Yep.
This might be a bad idea.
Seems fine. And the Dovin's veto is down right now. I mean, honestly, I think my line here is resolve the Ajani while I can.
Everything will be fine if we stand together.
I could have doubled up on the Oath and taken out this Teferi Time Raveler. And I may do that. But right now, let's just get a creature into play.
Our true strength lies in our friendships.
And we've certainly hit our XP bonus now for the white and black spells. So that's good. And that's the reason why we were playing one more game after getting our fannies tanned with Dead Shift. So interesting.
Hero thing.
Interesting. Okay.
Let's slow this down.
That makes perfect sense.
Here goes nothing.
Yeah, Dawn of Hope's good. Yeah, Dawn of Hope is good. Do you want to veto that? Sure. Sure, he says. We're going to go ahead and Oath of Kaya. Oh.
Want me to phase you out of time?
Yeah, I messed up. I should have a Johnny minus there first. Big dum-dum.
Your soul can
But now we got a
inspire
5/5.
others.
And a Kaya's Wrath in hand. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about at all. And I think next game we have to go a little bit more control-y ourselves. Just to really gut his hand. Sure. Gonna get rid of the Kaya for sure. Oh, wow. I mean, okay. I guess that makes sense.
Here we go. Friendship is the best cure.
Okay. So Kaya Orzhov Usurper. Let's look at his graveyard here.
Like a good fight. Notice I didn't say fair.
I shall miss
Alrighty.
Live to see me no more.
like Kaya Orzhov Usurper. I think she's underutilized. Debo had built a really good deck with her and Ashiok. It would have like these explosive +1s off of, or excuse me, -5s off of Kaya, using Ashiok to really stack up the cards that were in exile. It was a pretty cool deck. I can't remember if he streamed that. He may have, but it was really a lot of fun to watch, and also a very unique deck and fairly budget friendly considering that there's a lot of uncommon planeswalkers, and really Kaya's not all that expensive as far as a mythic goes. Lots of good options there in that deck specifically. I don't know if we just scoop here and move on to game 3 and take the priority back. We may really have an option to kind of turn this around, but unless we can interact with that Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, the game's over. And even if we do so, it may be very difficult for us to bounce back. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what's going on. Did he discard something? Another Dovin's Veto. Interesting. Or maybe I clicked it accidentally. Yeah, drawing Sorin definitely brings us back. From a single graveyard. Do I get to choose? Oh, my graveyard. Okay, so... But why would I do that?
I'll be back.
Just in case. I don't know.
Find your inner strength.
Yeah, I mean, drawing a Sorin would be great. But I feel like things are going to... And that's the emblem. I think we scoop there.
With each turn of the clock, your reality will crumble.
All right, let's make this as abusive and control-y as possible. So we're going to drop that, go with another Duress. Drop that, go with a D-Spark, drop that, go with a Duress. I'm going to run it like that. Yeah, I probably should have kept the Dawn of Hope in, but it's too late. I can't be told how to be better at Magic, okay, guys? Why the fuck did I keep the cast downs in? He doesn't ever cast a creature. I'm going to keep this hand because I'm foolish and stubborn and maybe not very good at the game at all. I'm questioning a lot of things here, guys. Go Isolated Chapel. Into Thought Erasure, removes my Gideon. There we go. Do 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 do. And he's got knowledge of what's in my hand. I don't have a second black source. Oh, I do have a second black source. We're good. Basilica Bellhaunts may help us get there. Highly doubt it. Sure. Narset it is.
I have just the trick for this.
All right. Here comes the Bellhaunt. Cast down on the Belhan is fine. I mean, it essentially wastes the turn. There's a Teferi. Oh, Team Teferi. I'll be happy when you rotate out. I really will. One of those cards could definitely be a Kaya's Wrath. Could definitely be a Kaya's Wrath. But we don't got the white for it. So he better start casting some Teferis. Which is his plan. No doubt. One of the 8 Teferis in his deck. There he is.
I am not going to sit this one out. I'm not ready for this.
Bounce the Belhan. Or excuse me, it wasn't the Belhan, was it? Chapel. Go into the chapel and we're gonna get buried. It is exceptionally boring to play against this. I agree with you guys. It's just the same thing. It's almost like a year old now, this thing. No, it's not. I mean, with the War of the Spark, but it feels like it. It's just bounce things, draw cards, chase an emblem. Okay. We gained life. We're going to go to combat. And we're going to kill this Teferi. One attacker. Deals damage.
Suppose that's how it was meant.
Nanny nanny boo boo. We're going to end the turn. Any of our planeswalkers would be really great here. What do you got? It's a Teferi!
Right on schedule.
It's a Teferi.
I've got time.
Oh. Well. I guess that's about what I would expect. Hey! That's like one of my favorite cards ever printed. I love Lyra Dawnbringer. I'm a big Angels deck kind of guy. We're going to kill that.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
And we're going to play that again. And we're going to pass the turn. Yeah. Yeah, she's got to stay back, right? Because there's going to be some type of wrath coming for sure. Something's going to happen. That's totally unexpected.
I'm known for my excellent timing.
Two of the 8, folks. 2 of the 8.
Let's take it back.
2 of the 8. We're doing it. There we go. Gotta go to combat. Gotta get our 3rd Teferi of the match.
Only time will tell.
We've got a problem here because there's a good chance that on a land he commands the Dreadhorde. Okay. So Oath of Kaya targeting the Angel. No surprise. definitely makes me feel like we're in an okay spot here. Our deck's not being tremendously kind to us. I'll gladly take the damage. That's fine.
I have reached my limit.
Our deck is not being tremendously kind to us, which is okay. It'd be nice if, you know, maybe I wasn't the tree. If I got to be the dog for a match, you know? Okay. His deck's probably not being very kind to him as well. You know, we've gone through 3 of his 8 planeswalkers. He's more than welcome to kill the Pride Mate. He's still not on a second white source. Let's just run out the Bellhaunt. Keep making him burn through resources. We'll gain a little lives ourselves. It's a good opportunity for us to force him to cast the Command the Dreadhorde that's in his hand right now and bring back everything. The game is probably over at that point. There's too many activations, too many layers and options. See, he's checking graveyards right now, see? He's looking at his graveyards. There's the Command the Dreadhorde. Our deck was not very kind to us today. And this, my friends, is a problem.
Prepare for battle.
Okay.
You need to take a timeout.
Take a timeout. If that doesn't tell you who they're marketing to with statements like that, I don't know what would. Because it ain't old guys like me. Although I was put in timeout recently, so. Well, what do we think, guys? We got a shot at winning this one? Every minute playing Esper controls a minute I'm not getting back. You're probably right. Let's see what you got, buddy. He's got a Lyra too. Oh. It's just painful. I can't shame scoop when I see his hand. But I will shame scoop now. Okay, we got the XP. Tonight was a really unkind night of Magic for my first stream. But that is okay. It is not my first unkind night of Magic, and I'm just going to use it as inspiration to brew and really come back to the fold with something better, right? Not that Dead Shift is not a good deck. Stay in a Life Gain is also a fantastic deck. I've seen that played to much success indeed. We've got a couple packs to open. Let's see what we got. Core Set 2020. Well, yay. Well, actually, we need lands. Most of the time, that's a big drawback for us, is the fact that we don't have the lands in the collection, but we will. Our collection is becoming more and more robust day by day. Okay, we have no packs. We did make some gold, though, so maybe we pick up a pack of... We need Stomping Grounds. Was Stomping Grounds in Ravnica Allegiance, or was it in Guilds of Ravnica? I can't remember. I think it was Allegiance. The Stomping Grounds. Anybody know? I'll just pull up the browser and we'll take a quick look. Together. It was Ravnica Allegiance. So let's try our luck at one pack of Ravnica Allegiance. We earned a little gold. Maybe it'll be kind. Okay, some good stuff. You know, magic cards. They turn sideways. Most of them do. Some of them don't turn sideways. Simic Ascendancy. What a troll. It's a good card too, and I think it'll actually have a really significant place as rotation occurs in September. And this ability kind of gets to re-shine a little bit. But right now it's just being oppressed by so many of the really powerful cards in the early sets. You know, certainly Teferi Time Raveler, it would not feel good at all in the event that Teferi Time Raveler was played and they bounced your Simic Ascendancy and drew a card before you could win, right? That's a problem. And new Teferi, TTR is not going anywhere. Old Teferi, maybe. Well, definitely in September. Unless you elect to play Historic, which is maybe where a lot of those really hardcore Esper Control players will go. I really appreciate those of you who took the time to join us for the stream tonight. I'm hoping to grow the viewer audience with the rest of the team. You can find us at LandSayGo1 on Twitter. You can find us on YouTube by searching Land Space Say Space Go. We are not partnered with them yet, so we don't have an official channel, but we're producing content all the time now. We're all streaming regularly. Again, to grow the community seems like a really difficult thing. It's a very saturated space, but I know that with the dedication and the energy that we're going to be pouring into this, that this will be a good place to be. This will be a good place to come join us, sit down with us, and stream some Magic games. Just keep us on in the background. Our sultry voices and smooth sounds will sail you off to sleep or success in Magic the Arena. Also join us at www.landsaygo.com. You can go out to the Sideboard, which is a Facebook group. That community is growing as well. We are always looking for deck submissions. Our deck submission tool is in the bottom of the main page, all of the pages on our website at www.landsaygo.com. We will be playing those decks on stream as we receive them. I think that's a really big part of the fun. The site's going to be undertaking some major changes over the course of the next several weeks. Profiles, try to really just blow this community out of the water, or at least build a little bit of a collective where we can all support one another. Again, this is Jeremy for my inaugural stream, saying that today I was the tree, and you, my friends, were the dog. So, see you next time.